But the tune is here, and the next thing is heading down to Peatty Wraps. We're gonna do kind of a cool off-road wrap, and we'll let you see what that turns into. This should be interesting. But man, it rode back like a dream, I gotta say, it really did. Come over on this side for a second. It is now leveled out nicely instead of the back end being this higher than the front. Well, let's get down to Peatty Wraps. I got to get this cleaned up so we can actually do the wrap and see what it turns into next. back here at Peatty Wraps. Gonna do a little look over on the vehicle. It's been roughly, what, a year and a half into it?
Yeah, about
I think,
that.
give or take.
Since it has been a year and a half, just coming in for the checkup. Everything on this actually looks really good. Edges, everything's holding good. You know, the colors are still looking amazing for this orange, and you know, we obviously did a matte laminate over top of it. So the material itself is Avery that we printed on, and then from there we do a laminate over, and we chose the matte just because it would dull out the shininess and then make it look really good. But everything on here, you know, that's one of the reasons we use good quality products, is because of the longevity of it. Something that we trust, you know, Avery, 3M, they're well known, you know, great vinyls to stick. And when we do a quality install, we have to be able to trust our product that we're putting on. But everything, you know, going over it, edges look great, you know, even the sheen and stuff like that looks really good. A lot of it has to do with, you know, the maintenance on it too, which he does a great job maintaining it, keeping it washed, everything like that. So,
What do you prefer for products? I mean, there's a lot of stuff on the market, right?
there's a lot of, I mean, I want to say Chinese knockoff, but, you know, I've used just about everything out there for wrapping wise. And, you know, even though we could use a different product, we'll wrap it, it'll look good for a month or two. And then, like, you know, edges could start peeling, stuff like that, you know, where it's not going to stick for longevity. And then when it also comes time to take it off, it'll leave a lot of adhesive behind, stuff like that, where, you know, Avery and 3M, we know and we trust in 5-6 years when this thing's ready to come off, we know it's going to come off really good, not damage the paint or anything like that underneath. You know, it makes it a little bit more expensive for the wrap, but as you can see, it's well worth the investment. If you're going to spend the money, just do it right the first time.
I've definitely seen a lot of the things you guys have been kicking out. Some pretty amazing designs, that's for sure.
Yeah, we do pretty good. Jonah, he did a great job designing it. Of course, we went back and forth with you a couple times. You had provided us with a lot of good ideas, so I was able, for my designer, to kind of get in your head a little bit. And then from there, you just kind of worked back and forth until you guys came up with something that you were happy with. And I think it turned out really good.
I got to say, working, you know, with these guys design-wise was really easy.
Yeah.
I mean, when I first made contact with you, you know, I just started chatting and had a few ideas, sent a few pictures back and forth, kept playing with it, changed colors. You guys were amazing. It really brought this together. Like, I had some ideas, and you made it all happen.
Yeah.
Contact is real easy with these guys, I'll say that.
Good.
Even if I shoot you a message on Instagram, you're like right back at there in a reasonable amount of time.
Yeah.
Which is surprising with a lot of, that doesn't usually happen. So.
That's what we strive for. So.
Yep.
Yeah.
Definitely working with the customer is top notch.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate that a lot. So.
Absolutely.
Something we definitely take pride in. So yeah, even with all this stuff, like we have our plotter, everything we do is in-house. So we print everything in-house. We laminate, plot, everything's in-house. So when it comes to like the Trail Sport stickers, you know, we can reproduce this, we can make it. I mean, we can do everything in-house, so it's really easy. And then if we were to put this on, you're like, hey, can we make it bigger? Like, sure, I can pull it off, I can make it a little bit bigger, and everything right here. So within a half an hour, we got a brand new sticker that I can throw on real quick. So, done a lot of cool projects and done a lot of not so cool projects, but we love doing this type of stuff. So it's kind of what we're passionate about, is just, you know, wraps.
So is this more like what you call a partial wrap, or is it a...
Yeah, this would be more of a partial wrap. You know, full wrap obviously is the whole exterior of it. Partial wrap, you're basically going to be from anywhere from like here, there, back. You know, it just depends on the design quality that we're trying to go for. It also depends on, you know, what your budget is too.
Sure.
So, you know, if you go, hey, I got a big budget, you know, let's do the whole thing. We could wrap the entire thing and design the whole thing. But if you're, you know, this is the look you're going for, and say like, hey, you know, I got, my budget's not that big, you know, we can design around that. So it doesn't matter what your budget is, anything like that, we can kind of work with it. You know, if you tell me you got a $1,000 budget, my designer can design a wrap that will be right around that mark for you.
So you can kind of set the price and then
Yeah.
work within it and
Yeah.
adjust as needed.
Yeah. I mean, you got to be kind of realistic. You can't do a full wrap for, you know. I know some companies out there will say they can do it for $1,800. I wouldn't trust them, or the materials they're using. So
Right.
a lot of it, anybody can basically stick it with the squeegee. That's not the hard part. It's the knife skills, because you don't want to take this off and have a bunch of knife cuts all over your vehicle. Basically, when this is coming off, you want it to be the same as when you put it on. Wraps aren't permanent. You're going to get 5 to 7 years out of them, you know, with good maintenance. So we can wrap the insides, but they're pretty spendy to do. And being not permanent, it's really not necessarily, you know, unless you're like got a show car or something like that, which we've done before. So.
All right, folks. Kobe, Randy, I appreciate you letting me come back into your shop.
No problem.
Do a quick review of the truck, and there's nothing to fix. You know, that's the best part about it. And I totally endorse these guys just because of the fact that it's held up. And, you know, they stood by everything they said originally. And it's just been a lot of fun working with them. I can tell you honestly, yeah, go read the Google reviews, watch the video. You'll see extremely professional, very customer oriented, and that's the best part for me, because that's hard to find today in today's community, to be honest, a lot of times. So thanks for your time.
Thank you. It was a fun project to work on.
Yeah, and I'm sure there'll be something I'll do to it eventually you'll have to fix.
Yeah. Just let me know. We'll be here.
More to come.